Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Heather.
I'm Casey.
And today we are here at Europa Park to ride Voltron Nevera, the new Max Striker coaster here at Europa Park. And if you're new to the channel, this is our theme park channel, but we came over from our travel channel, so we'll leave it linked down below in case you enjoy travel and Germany content. We're two Americans living in Germany, and we love our theme parks.
That we do.
So we have actually ridden Voltron on opening day one time, but we had a bit of an odd experience. So we're here today to like really dive in and kind of ride it more officially. So
a full ride through.
A full ride through. So just to give you a very brief synopsis, we came rushing down on opening day. We barely made it before the park closed. And we got on one time, but our car started and stopped.
We did get front row.
We did get front row.
Yeah, that was cool.
But the car stopped a couple times before actually going onto the track. And then when we got to the halfway point at the turntable, we were stopped for about 10 minutes. So we felt like we don't really know what we think yet of the ride because we didn't really get the full experience. We kind of
split up into two halves.
But really for us two halves because of having to sit and wait for so long. But what was really funny about it was that when we pulled into that turntable section, there was a car on the other side, which I don't think is normally the case.
No, they're supposed to be gone by the time we get there.
Yeah, they're supposed to be gone by the time we get there. And the music all stopped, everything all stopped, and there was never any like, hey, the ride's gonna start in a minute, the music didn't kick back on or anything. So we just watched the car opposite of us get launched back into that spike out of absolutely nowhere. They had no warning.
Ready.
They were so not ready. I felt bad for them, but it was hysterical.
It was funny for us.
It was funny for us.
It probably scared the crap out of them.
It did. So today we are here to ride it more officially, and a huge shout out to the park for helping us kind of get back on it after that weird experience. We did have a very nice guy who gonna help us get on today a little more quickly because we did not have really the proper ride experience. So let's show you some B-roll. We're going to show you the queue, which is incredible.
The queue line's awesome.
It's awesome. And we're going to share our thoughts on a more official ride here at Voltron in the park.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, so here's the Croatia area. We're kind of back with a bird's eye view right now. They have done a fantastic job in this section. Here comes that Beyond Vertical Launch right there. Really, really cool. The theming is fantastic on the whole. Again, this section is really beautiful, and I would even argue that this ride queue might be the strongest in the park. It's so well done. It's very, very good. So this is just sort of the bird's eye view, and we're gonna head into the queue line. On opening day, we had to go back here past the dome and everything and around back, but it looks like today it's just straight into the main queue section of the ride. There is a new ice cream and coffee shop here in Croatia as well, and I can see there's some seating up at the top, so I'm not sure if that's just going to be overflow in the warmer months for people having their ice cream, which would be a beautiful way to enjoy the view and check out Voltron over your ice cream. And there is also a little like a stand for food on the other side here, but we were not familiar with what the dish was. We'll take a closer look at that here in a little bit. So Casey is a big fan of this Rimac Nevera car sitting out front here. However, it's a little bit odd. It doesn't feel connected to the section.
It doesn't seem like it'd be like a permanent thing. Maybe it's just a temporary spot for it. I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see. It's a cool car though, but it's a little odd in the section. It turns out the line actually does start a little further back, but just not having to loop around all the way back towards the Halloween section. So it's just a little bit of an extended queue line right now.
I really like how much the queue line actually goes back through once we're in there.
Yes.
Like, and it kind of, you get to see the whole ride kind of.
Yeah, there's great vantage points on the ride itself, and there's a lot of interplaying within the ride too, which is great.
It's very deceiving on how far away it goes, though. It's a very long layout.
Very much so. And there's the observation tower up here too. They were using that as extended queue on opening day, but now I think it's back to just being an observation point. So we'll have to head up there in a little bit too and check it out.
All right, here's the main entrance. It says it's a 50-minute wait right now. All right, walking into the main entrance now. It says there's a 50-minute wait.
That's not bad.
It's really not bad. It's a lot shorter than it was when we came opening day, which was about 90?
90, yeah.
But it is nice. It seems like the queue line keeps moving pretty consistently. You're never really stopping.
It's because of the what am I talking about right now?
The track is on like a conveyor.
Right,
like,
exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the station is moving. Very similar to Arthur. Lots of great detail back here on the building. It's definitely not a boring ride queue. There's something to see everywhere. The brickwork, the stained glass effect, and great views of the coaster as well as it comes by. You can see Euromir off in the distance, and here it comes up over our heads here. More great theming back here. I love these like rotating, almost propeller style gears that are in the queue line. And the lighting's great too. The little blue lighting's really a nice touch. Some more kind of light theming out here in the queue line.
There was another song the other day.
Oh yeah, there was. It's missing.
Now gone.
Okay. Need to be aware of guests and who might have that. So there's a big water tunnel feature here. It's very reminiscent of Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure back in the States, which I love. This is my favorite part of Poseidon's Fury was the water tunnel, so it's kind of nice to see this little detail here. It's really cool. Another weird thing when we were here on opening day is that his ride on the outer wing of the coaster was really rattly.
Really shaky.
Mine was a little bit shaky as well, but not, I don't think, nearly as bad as his. And after our first initial experience, we were kind of watching some other vlogs about it and found out that apparently on opening day at least, I don't know about today, but they were running certain trains that didn't have the suspension in them yet. And so people were having very different experiences on the ride because of that. So I'm curious today to see if we have a different experience, because that was another thing we came off feeling a little uncertain about how we thought the ride actually...
I was expecting it to be a lot smoother than it was.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really hoping today that we get a train that has that suspension so we can, again, have a proper ride, because we didn't feel that we just didn't have a normal experience on opening day. But I think it has a lot of potential. I still think it's going to be hard to top Voltron for me because I love it so much. But we'll see. I'm definitely open-minded and I'm optimistic to have a different ride vehicle this time.
There's not a lot of music or anything out here, but there's some cool sound effects coming from all this electrical equipment here, and some lights flashing. Looks like stuff's powering on. There is a single rider and virtual queue line that you can do. There's no front row option though, which
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Which I don't know if I like or don't like that.
I don't know.
That you can't pick to get the front row, but the virtual queue line's a good option.
It is, and it's nice because you still get really kind of the full experience. You're not going somewhere so off the beaten path that you don't see any of the queue. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you get a little experience. You're not coming in like a back door or something.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we just stepped inside. First bit of indoor theming here, sort of I'd say a pretext to what's to come. You can see the Voltron symbol down on Nikola Tesla's table there. And now we're gonna go into the main show building. The theming in here is just great. The ride train starts behind those shutters, and you don't get to see the little secret until you're on the ride because the shutters close. The high voltage electricity has caused some damage to the structure in the building here. And there's the the mock family leaving the station, going for their ride. So there are Tesla coils on the ceiling that are supposed to play the theme song, but we've yet to see that. So I'm not sure if they're not working or if the line's just moving that quickly, because it is moving very quickly.
Look down into the queue line. Tesla coils still haven't gone off yet, so we don't know if they're not working or if the rotation of the queue lines just kind of slowed down since it's not as busy. But it looks like we're going to be right at our 50-minute wait time, so it's pretty efficient. All right, walking right on. It's like third row today. All right, hopefully our ride doesn't get interrupted this time.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't get rattled around.
Yeah, we'll see if we got a smoother cart.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't, with it being lower capacity today, maybe they took those cars out. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. There's old Nikola Tesla over there as we enter his experiment.
Merci de porter volontaire pour essayer le voyage énergétique malgré les risques.
There's a little surprise drop track. And straight into that beyond vertical bar. That's really shaky on the side.
Is it?
It's really bad on the side.
Well, that theory's out the window.
Yeah. Let's see if we can make it through the turntable without getting stuck again. Oh, okay. Now for the backwards launch.
That was really rough.
That was rough on the outside here.
I went not even on the outside and that was rough.
Ah.
See, it's got good forces, it's got good hang time. The back was better in terms of the elements in the ride, I think. But we have yet to get a good car, and that's rough. It's a little rough.
Yeah, I literally found myself like clinching at times because.
Me too, especially when the forces bring you down.
Yeah, when you get that positive G.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah, it did hurt. All right, we just got off of Voltron and we're in the gift shop, which we'll show you around a little bit, and then we're gonna grab some lunch before we ride again.
Yeah, we're gonna give it another shot. Hopefully we get a better car.
You guys, they
That's
definitely
two really
two
bad
rides that we've had the non-suspension vehicles on. That was even rougher the first time, I think.
Yeah.
It was really rattly, even in the middle car, and he was on the outside, so I can't imagine how
Yeah, it sounds like the outside ones are a little
rougher.
worse.
But yeah, I don't know what to say. That was. It's unfortunate because we were in the third row this time. We got the first row on opening day. And the forces in the back kind of throwing you out of the chair, getting some ejector air, getting some floater air, getting some hang time, all that stuff. Those elements are there.
The layout is really good.
Yeah.
I really like the layout.
The only thing that I don't like about the layout is the turntable because
it might not be done yet.
It might not, but you're there for so long that it kind of just takes you out of the ride a little bit. It's almost like so many elements in the ride that maybe it's like one too many elements. But I
could do without the turntable.
Yeah, but I will say I think if we could get a decent car, that back row ride would still be really fun. I think it would be a solid ride without the rattling in the back. So I'm really hoping just for one ride without that at some point. So we'll talk more about it. We're going to give it at least another ride or two today. That's kind of our whole focus today, is really kind of reviewing Voltron specifically. So let's show you around the gift shop just briefly, and then we're going to break for lunch and come back and ride it again. All right, so we've got Voltron mugs here, notebooks, pillows, as they like to do here. The mugs are $9.95.
It's actually a really cool mug.
It is a cool mug, and $9.95 is very reasonable, I feel like, for...
I like the ride logo and everything.
I do too. Yeah, same.
It's almost like, it's kind of like 3D. Like it's
It is, yeah.
You can feel it, yeah.
I'm personally not a big fan of the pillows. I know they're big here, but it's just not my thing. But Cal's cool. The logo for this ride is really cool,
We did
which is
also
nice.
already get the hoodies.
We
on
did.
opening day. We got matching.
Look at how fancy he is. And then the back, I know it's hard to see right now, but oh, there he goes. It says Voltron right across the back. He's all strapped in for the ride POVs, but yeah, and actually I like the hats too. They're pretty cool, and they've got quite a few different colors. They've got a beanie, they've got a t-shirt. Now I will tell you the prices on hoodies in the park are very expensive. €94.95. That's high for park merch, I feel like. That's something we've talked about quite a bit since we've been pass holders here at this park, is just that they really could do some better merch. Now I do like the Voltron hoodie, but there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes to me, but yeah, but some of these hats and stuff here are really nice. A little bit pricey. Let's see, this t-shirt here has the logo, oh my bad, on the back, and the little key logo here on the front. $29.95, so still a little on the high side for a t-shirt. We come over to this side of the shop, and you've got these themed lights. These are actually kind of cool. I kind of like these. And then the little plasma balls here. So again, keeping with that electric age theme. And you've got sort of a more cylindrical version and also a more squared off rectangular version here. There's also an assortment of random items. I'm assuming maybe made in Croatia. I'm not really sure. They're really pretty, but it is a bit random, which is how some of the merch can be. You've got these fake flowers you can take home. I don't know.
Is it real?
No.
No.
Fake. Although, I don't know. Those look like real lavender plants up there, possibly, that they're selling, which I don't know what you would do with that. Like at the park, I don't know what you would do with it, but... More merch, more hoodie. They've definitely restocked the hoodies. Yeah, they've got the t-shirts too, which those are cool too. I like those. I like the color combo of the cream and the black. I don't think so. No, they were gone. Yeah, I mean, see, this kind of stuff though, I just think could use some zhuzh. You know, it needs a little bit more something. It's just the theme park merch here can be hit or miss. I like the Voltron logoed stuff. But I think the theme park merch as the whole here could be made A, more affordable, and B, just a little more interesting sometimes. Yeah. Got some snacks up here. Voltron bottle opener, keychains. I don't even think I saw any of this when we were here before. Pretty much gone.
Black shirt either.
Yeah, I think all of this was gone. This is kind of nice though. It feels like it'd be a waterproof bag, which is kind of cool. Little fanny pack. It feels like it. That is handy. These look like park employee shirts to me.
Yeah, if you're wearing this around, you definitely get asked like
questions. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit odd. Odd choice. It's got the Voltron logo on the side, but if somebody wasn't like staring at that, I think they would think you were an employee of the park. There's also, this is kind of cool because it is a Puma themed. It's a Puma brand hoodie that's got the logo, and it's got the logo for Voltron on the side. Nothing on the back, so very simple, which is not a bad thing. But I like that it's zip up. I wish there were more zip up hoodies in general, and especially at parks, because sometimes it's nice to just not have to pull it over your head.
Yeah.
Now this shirt I like too, because we've got Ed in the O and as the I in Croatia. This is the kind of thing I'd like to see more of in the park. I think it's still subtle enough, but it's got that real Europa, like, you know, nod to it, which I like a lot. So this is a shirt I might actually consider getting at some point. It's really cute. That's pretty much it for the gift shop. It's these few Croatian, I'm assuming, imported items, and, you know, maybe, what, five or six Voltron themed items. Maybe a few more than that. I don't know. Lots of hats.
Every color hat.
Every color hat. They're nice. They're nice. But that's about it for the gift shop. So we're going to go find lunch, let our heads get unscrambled a little bit, and then try again. All right. So we just took our lunch break, went and saw the new magic show for the year, which is always good and very confusing.
I leave more confused every time.
Every time.
I can't figure it out.
Me either. So we're going to go do our second ride of the day on Voltron, and we'll show you a little bit more of the ride queue if we end up going through that virtual line area. But we're basically going to just jump straight probably to a POV, or at least part of a POV. We'll see where we get sat.
Hopefully the third time's a charm.
Hopefully the third time's a charm. Ride. He actually made a really good point, and he said, did we get the better car the first time? Because we thought that was a little rattly, but this was a lot more rattly.
Really bad.
I don't know what the deal is, but fingers crossed for a smoother ride this time. It's a little later in the day too. Maybe it's warmed up a little bit.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, the car in front of us just went off the launch with no heads up that the ride was about to start again. Yeah, similar to what happened to us last time, except on the backwards launch. Definitely smoother.
Yeah, smoother.
Still got a little shake to it, but way smoother than our second ride.
I do think we're in a weird timing though. They're still here.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be here anymore.
Timing off. I think our timing's a little off.
Not gonna know when it's coming. Oh man. Oh, there it is. Definitely smoother, but not as smooth as I would expect a brand new steel roller coaster to be.
It's not as smooth as I would like, even on the smoother vehicle.
Yeah.
So we'll talk. We'll chat. All right, so this is entering into Croatia here. We just got off of our third ride on Voltron, and we're going to take you around and show you a little bit of the area and also some good, spots to check out the coaster before we sort of talk about our final initial thoughts on Voltron Nevera.
Yeah, I really like the whole Croatia area. It's awesome.
It's beautiful, yeah. So we're gonna get some good shots, and then we'll kind of wrap up our thoughts and our experience between the 3 rides we've had so far. So right through here, there's a path just to go really get some great views of the coaster. So we're gonna go check that out real quick. You can see they're way down there. Our second little break-off point in the park. This is sort of between the Russia and Croatia section. Euromir's right over there. But this is some of the best coaster viewing in the whole park, I think, if not the best.
Yeah, you're right in the middle.
You're right in the middle of it. It's flying around you. It's still got beautiful theming. You can see the little fountains. Kind of similar how in the
one in Switzerland.
Switzerland, right? That kind of runs down. Here they come. So you're just surrounded by the coaster here everywhere. As you can see, it's just flying by us. So it's a really cool spot. This is worth coming to just check out in and of itself. Yeah. They've got this beautiful tree too. This is a great tree right here in the middle. It is, it's a great tree. There's a big section over here as well. You can see all the big support beams. Coaster flying over again. And this is just really beautiful. The rock work's great. These arch details, it almost feels like you're in a ruins in Croatia or something. It's really, really excellently done.
I wonder where this door's gonna lead.
Yeah, where is this mysterious door gonna go? Very cool. You can see there's buildings going up back there too, but they don't look particularly decorated. So whether or not that becomes, a part of Croatia or it's more office buildings or something, we're not really sure. But this section over here is excellent, and we love just seeing the coaster fly around. It looks to me like these are these grapes?
I was just looking, I don't know if it's grapes or olives.
No, that's not an olive leaf.
No, you're right, no.
Yeah, this looks like maybe grape trees that they've got planted here, so that is really, really cool. If you come around through that second split off we were talking about, this is what's going to take you up to this observation tower here, so we're going to go check out the observation deck. He spotted some rosemary and lavender planted down below too, which is so cool. I always think if we can plant something that is going to provide food or herbs or something like that, why not? And that's great that they've got that down there. Got a little window you can sneak right through for a secret view too, up here on the way in the tower. So you got a great overview of the whole land and the coaster from the observation tower here. We're right at the tippy top at the moment.
The whole park, like behind you got the...
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, the can ball back there.
Yeah, you get a really great view of everything. Like you said, the can ball. You've got Croatia, you've got into Greece there as well. And it has a really nice flow to it. They did a really good job making this blend this entryway over here, coming from the Russia section, it has a really majestic feel to it. Like he said, almost like an entryway to a castle or something, which is really cool. We're now under the observation tower. Secret room. Little rooms. Whoa, whoa. Electricity, hun.
Yeah.
It's electric. There's the other little restaurant too that we were talking about, that we're just not really sure what Fladenbrot is, but assuming a Croatian dish of some sort. So
Maybe. They look very temporary.
they do look very temporary. There could be a restaurant at some point maybe, but we'll see. He's the adventurous one with food, so he might try it at some point. So we can see people up in the top of that little seating area, so there must be a way to access that right now if you want to go enjoy the views from up there, relax. There's also a building right here to the left of the car, and we did see some footage of this, but there's not really much in there right now. A little bit about the history of Croatia, but
Croatian inspiration room.
yes. So there are some displays of some of the inspiration for Croatia in here, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot in there at the moment, so we'll probably check that out another time because maybe they'll expand upon that.
Yeah, it looks like they'll probably maybe make it into something else.
Exactly.
Future.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we just kind of showed you around the Croatia section a little bit. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty, so if anything's a little bit spliced, we apologize. But just wanted to kind of talk about our last ride there and our final thoughts sort of on the ride. So the last ride, we think
It was definitely smoother.
it was smoother. I wouldn't call it smooth.
Smoother.
Smoother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the smoothest.
No, I think the smoothest was the first one we did.
Yeah, and at first I thought that was shaky until we did our second ride where we were in the third row. That one was really bad. And then
Yes.
the third ride kind of confirmed that we might have had a good card the first time,
exactly.
which was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, now we did the first, second, and third row now. So the only row we haven't done is the back row. So we've gotten lucky to kind of be placed in different areas. Now, I think it's a back row ride based off of that. However, it's so hard to judge this completely fairly because I think they're going to probably work out some of the kinks. On that last ride too, we stopped for a while, and when we got to the turntable, the other car was on the other side. I think the reason we might have stopped at the beginning, I think they're having some timing issues possibly with just like when to send cars still for the timing to work out with all those elements in the turntable and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm sensing because we had a similar experience last time. It's kind of almost like things get backed up. So I'm sure that is something, obviously being a new ride, that will eventually work itself out. And I'm hoping they figure out the suspension issues because the issue that I'm having with the ride right now is I really want to love it.
I do.
There are some really great elements in the ride. There's great hang time. There's some great floater moments.
There's nothing wrong with the layout.
The's nothing wrong with the layout.
The
The
ride is
turntable
good.
is personal preference. Wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah, I can do
but,
without that.
But even with that though, I think if the car was smoother, that part of the experience was smoother,
Yeah.
it would be
much more enjoyable.
much more fun. Yeah, I mean, and everyone has their preference. Maybe somebody else is going to ride and say it doesn't bother me. I don't like the rattle. So,
I haven't done a middle seat yet either. I've only done the outside.
and I've only done the middle.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's one of those things, again, I really want to love it right now with where it's currently at. I would say I ride it once in a trip.
yeah.
I don't want to have my head rattle around that much. The re-rideability is not there for me right now.
No, I can't do back-to-back rides on it.
No, I think for me right now, Wodan would still be my favorite coaster here at this park. But I am excited to see what they do with it in the future because I think if they work some of the kinks out, it has a lot of potential to be a really, really fun ride. I think a lot of the elements are there. It's just that smoothness is missing.
I agree.
So that's kind of what we think. That's our review of Voltron. If you had a chance to ride it, let us know down in the comments what you thought, what your ride experience was like. Was it rattly for you? Was it smooth for you? I think there's like 7 different trains running, so we don't know how different from train to train it really is. And again, it's a little cooler today. Sometimes that can affect how things ride as well. So maybe on a warmer day, it's gonna
might be a little better.
Might be a little better. But the theming, everything, I love the ride queue. I love the aesthetic of it all. This is right
amazing.
The queue's amazing.
The queue makes it worth just doing the ride.
Yeah. Now today, I will say we didn't have the Tesla coil song. If I think I have some footage from my cell phone, like on opening day. If so, I'll insert it here because that is so cool. I don't think it's going today, and we don't know if they've just changed the timing where it doesn't run as often. And opening day was just like everything running at max capacity, or if it's like certain days they're going to run it when the park is busier, things like that. We're not really sure, or if something's wrong with it today. We don't really know, but that is really, really cool. So it is definitely worth coming and checking it out. The section's great, the theming's great, the ride queue's great. But yeah, overall, it's definitely worth coming and checking the new ride out, the section, because the theming in here is great. They have really just gone top notch with the entire section, the theming, the ride queue. It's just, what kind of ride are you going to get? I really hope they work out those kinks and just the consistency.
I think it will over time.
Yeah, I hope so. I think so too, because they like to do things, to the best of their ability. So I expect to see some of this get sort of worked out over time.
I feel like they just didn't want to push the opening again.
I agree.
I feel like they weren't really ready.
Yes, because
but they didn't want to reschedule for a second time.
Right. I mean, because you really don't want the ride experience to be that different from car to car.
Yeah.
Because people are going to have very different feelings coming off of that if one car is super shaky and the other is not. So I think we're missing that consistency right now, and maybe just working out what the right suspension situation is in those cars.
I've also heard they're testing different wheel compounds as well, so that plays into it a little bit as well.
Yeah, so the verdict is I'd ride it once a trip right now, but the re-rideability, like I said, isn't there. Like for me, I would go ride Wodan and Blue Fire both probably more because it's a more comfortable ride experience at the moment.
Right.
At the moment. But again, feel free to disagree. Everybody's got a different tolerance level with certain things too, so I just don't like the rattle myself, but love everything else about it. So I will continue to ride it when we come and see, what improvements and changes we see.
Yeah, for sure.
Over time. Europa Park's a great park. We love it here. And they needed a more intense coaster, I think, too. So it's the right choice. Just needs some tweaking.
Yeah.
So anyway, we hope you enjoyed this vlog. Leave us a comment down below. We are going to start posting here again since it's theme park season. We even have some vlogs from last year we might put up because our lives got so busy and they just never got put up. So if there are vlogs we think where there haven't been major changes in the parks, you might see those go up as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. We will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.